Hey, peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Uh, Hit that subscribe button. Please hit a like button if you like the way any of the topics are being discussed or broken down. I'm going to get into this really quickly. Obviously, no sports going on. So, a program like this Bulls, The Last Dance docu-series on ESPN is able to dominate, the discussion for, regarding sports. So I just have a couple of observations. I'll just run through these really quickly and see, and get my thoughts out there on it. One, what was the win? What was the win for General Manager Jerry Krause to not renegotiate Pippen's deal or to get into it with Phil Jackson? Um, so I had a couple sub points here. I'm not beefing now. I saw one fellow pod guy kind of beefing about MJ saying that Scotty was impacting the team. And I'm with MJ. At the end of the day, you signed that deal. You and your rep, you and your agent signed that deal. So that's was a something that they created on their own. But again, Kraus, you have this team that's winning. The culture here has totally changed since Jordan's come on board and so on and so forth. What just because you handled, just because you controlled the pen, I don't know. Is he getting a bonus from Reinsdorf that I have the salary under a certain threshold, or the cost of the team, so to speak, the labor? I just don't get that. Another interesting thing here in this was guys are being discussed as being done at the 10-year mark in their careers. But these guys, a lot of these guys were playing 80 and 82 games, 78 to 82 games per year. And they're going deep in the playoffs. I think Jordan led them to the playoffs every season that he was there. So that was just interesting that guys are considered pretty much done at the 10-year mark. The public bullying of Krause by Scotty and by Scottie Pippen and MJ. And then MJ, a sub point there, MJ's beef with management was born out of them attempting to protect him and build towards the future of the team. A different day and age. You get guys together on a team. Things are, a lot of things are they let a lot of things fly. Scotty, though, with his situation, the financial situation, this definitely got the best of him. You saw what his rankings were, and he's the number 2 guy on the team, an instrumental piece in them. Like Jordan said, he allowed him to do so much on the court. But I can halfway understand where Pippen was coming from with being compensated properly. You only have a small window to really cash in, and him being in there at 7 years for $18 million is just, that's disgusting. So my next point: who was Scottie Pippen's agent? Like, why isn't you saw David Falk on there? Why the hell doesn't? Where is Pippen's agent? And even Reinsdorf mentioned on the doc that he would have advised guys not to have signed that deal. You had the long term stability with it being 7 years, but 18 million total. That's just crazy. Next point, Jordan's playoff totals his first 2 seasons were just disgusting. And you got to factor in he only played 18 games in his sophomore season with the Bulls due to that foot injury. But in 85, 86 playoffs, he averaged 43.7, just filthy, per for the series. not getting out of the first round. I think they only so, and then he averaged 29.3 after his rookie of the year campaign. Also, interesting thing to note here is that the Bulls hadn't made the playoffs the 3 seasons prior. Jordan, and then a quick note there: Jordan as the player of the year, I believe in '84. You know, the discussion was a couple weeks ago about Jordan's not an all-time great college player. You know, man, he played in a system. He won a title. You know, he won Player of the Year. He played, like I said, he played in that system with Dean Smith. You know, the one remarkable thing to watch was his rapid improvement at different parts of his career, from in high school, then getting to UNC, getting better there. Like Worthy said, he was better than him for like 2 weeks, and then reporting to the Bulls, and immediately becoming the best guy on the team after a couple weeks of practice or practice. Next point. Jordan's line about, you know, going into the hotel room and lines on this side, weed on over there, and then women. And then who had ever heard that circus line about the cocaine circus or whatever it was about the Bulls? You know, it's crazy how things come out years later. Next note. It's very interesting that they've chosen the format of only Sunday nights over a 5-week period. And I don't even know if it's 5 week. It might be a holiday in here or something. The dates are on this image that I have as the thumbnail. But it's kind of a format like the Khalif Browder docu-series by Jay-Z. That turned me off with that one, with it being like over 6 weeks or something. I don't think I made it back for the second episode. You know, I probably will make it back for episodes 3 and 4 with this situation and being quarantined, but I'm just really not a big fan of it being spread out that long. I don't think people's attention spans right now, or in today's, you know, in nowadays, but it is The Last Dance, so I'm sure. I don't know though. You know, people had an option to watch stuff on demand. Do some of the sports start coming back, you know, on the 4th and 5th weeks of this? You know, it just, I don't know. That's kind of a disappointment for me personally. And then lastly, my last point, Jordan's barking at his troops to get the team back on track while Pippen was chose to be out, elected to be out by delaying that surgery on his foot. But to see Jordan challenging these guys and barking at these guys and challenging, you know, getting in the face of Kukoc, getting in the face of Ron Harper, holding these guys accountable. I just thought that was very interesting. And then lastly, before I get on out of here, man, it was kind of crazy that they didn't really, for 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes, you really didn't see much of Dennis Rodman. They did dig into the story and the origins, the backstory of Pippen, but very quiet on Dennis Rodman. And then also another quick note I just thought of. Jumping backwards for the stretches that they did through episodes 1 and 2. I know you got to set some things up, but I wonder, I don't know, man. I kind of, for a minute, I forgot that we were focusing on this last season versus just going back and having more documentaries of Jordan himself and the emergence of Jordan. So that was, for, like I said, briefly, I didn't know where they were going with that and how long they were going to spend in that. So that's about it for right now. Again, my name is Wood. Enjoy the rest of The Last Dance, which was named after Phil Jackson. That's what he coined the season going into it. And then, you know, shout out to everybody involved to have had the gumption to get this crew in there to document this whole thing and then to keep it in the vault for 20 some years. So that was some forward thinking. So again, man, let me get on off here. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Continue to be safe and smart. Peace.